There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
Hello and happy Wednesday afternoon to you. This is First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Russ Thomas. Today, a big improvement of what we've seen over the last several days. In fact, we have to go back to the middle of last week to find a day that is as nice as the one that we have out there right now. We're seeing some 40s, even a couple of 50s trying to pop up across the region temperature-wise this afternoon. That's coming under a partly to mostly cloudy skies. We have seen some sunshine out there today in most locations. We're going to pop up Dakota Magic Camera, show you full screen. By the way, just want to let you know, this weather update is brought to you by 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota. You can see it right there. Dakota Magic Camera, look at those flags. So nice when they're not blowing around. A nearly calm wind across the region right now. Let's take a look at those numbers. Yesterday, we were in the mid-teens. We were at 16 in Fargo at this time yesterday. We were at 16 in Grand Forks. Today, 47 and 42. What a difference a day makes. How about some areas off to our south and west? Oaks at 52 right now. Jamestown 53. We've got Sisseton coming in at 55. Roseau, Baudette still on the chilly side, but even then, a big improvement from the teens that we saw yesterday that we were just stuck in throughout the day. Bemidji looking good, 49. Alexandria 48. Wadena coming in the mid to upper 40s as well. So take a look at our weather headlines. Here's what we've got for you. Tomorrow morning, we are going to see fog. I think it's going to be a little more widespread tomorrow morning than what we saw this morning. We will see another day where temperatures are going to warm up during the afternoon. In fact, I think just the same numbers, if not maybe even a little bit warmer tomorrow. Friday, I think the warmest of the next 11 days. We'll look at our 11-day planner coming up in just a few minutes. But again, we are looking at nice conditions out there for the first day of spring. Always good to see that. And finally, for the weekend, for next week, isolated chances for precipitation, mild temperatures out there as well. I want to show you the board right here. What are we looking at? Well, 5 o'clock this afternoon, we can see a couple raindrops easternmost portion of our region. Otherwise, we are looking partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures mid-30s, mid-40s, upper 40s, and again, we do have some 50s out there as well. This evening, temperatures are still going to be in the mild side. We're going to have mostly cloudy conditions. In some areas, I think we'll start to see a little bit of fog develop as early as later this evening. That's not going to be widespread, though. When we get tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., now you take a look at this map here. What does all this dark mean? That is where we have the best opportunity to see dense fog. It's not a guarantee we're going to see it in these areas, but it is certainly more likely. So what we could see, and I think we likely will see, is some widespread dense fog across our region. Now, our temperatures at 8 a.m., not too bad. We're going to be upper 20s, a few lower 20s out there. Roseau, Hallock at 20 and 21, Baudette 18, but you can see the vast majority of the region sitting somewhere between the mid-20s to lower 30s, and again, that fog going to be an issue. Now, we look at this weather model saying, hey, fog looks like it's going to hang on right through the afternoon. I do think many locations are actually going to come out of the fog earlier than that. And in fact, I think a lot of folks are going to get some sunshine. How about a 60 tomorrow, Jamestown, 61 Carrington, 50 in Fargo tomorrow afternoon. May take a little jump above that. Again, we are looking at that potential for fog, but I do think the fog will lift. That'll allow some sunshine, and we'll just see where the temperatures go from there. But what I can tell you is 40s, 50s for just about the entire region. Again, a couple of exceptions. Ellendale 61, but then Hallock looking like you're only going to get 39 degrees. Notice a little bit of a south breeze helping to hold those temperatures up, bring those temperatures up. As we get to Thursday night, still numbers in the 40s, even low 50s, so very comfortable for our Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, the last full day of winter. Let's talk about that visibility forecast. We're starting this evening, generally speaking, not bad. Around midnight, we start seeing these numbers here. You start getting where you see these shades of green. That is the area most likely where we're going to see some of that dense fog develop. So by midnight tonight, if you are doing any traveling, Devil's Lake, Rolla, Langdon, Park River, just be aware dense fog could be an issue. The rest of the region, not so much overnight. Then we get to tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., most areas still in okay shape here, but there is an area, again, Langdon, Park River, down through Findlay, perhaps in a Fargo, Moorhead, where we're going to see those visibilities less than a mile down to Hankinson as well. So again, East of the Red River Valley, west of the Red River Valley, we're actually looking at pretty nice conditions out there. It's when we get, in terms of clarity, once we start getting those more along the Red River Valley, that's where we're starting to see the areas that are most susceptible to seeing dense fog. Then we jump to tomorrow afternoon. Looks like by then fog really not going to be an issue. Should be a good Thursday. Morning lows tomorrow. We've got 19 Roseau. We've got 28 Devils Lake and Lisbon. We have 29 Alexandria Fergus Falls. We have 27 Wapton, 30 in Fargo, and 25 in Grand Forks. Tomorrow afternoon's high temperatures, again, looking good. Let's break it down by region here. We've got northeast North Dakota. We've got some low 40s all the way to low 60s, so a pretty big disparity there. Wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these locations warmed up another degree or two. I think New Rockford 59, Carrington 61, Harvey 60. That's right on track for what we are expecting. Now we move into northwest Minnesota. This is the area that's going to have the coolest high temperatures overall. Still not bad. In fact, most areas this is above normal, but we are going to be cooler in these areas than the rest of the region. We've got 42 Warren, 46 Red Lake Falls, 44 Baudette, 49 Bemidji, 48 from Mahnomen and Bagley. Then we head south, farther west, farther south we go. We're seeing those 50s. We're seeing lower 60s. Ellendale 62, Foreman 55, Wapton 50, Fargo 50, Sisseton 58, and you see mid to upper 40s in Lakes Country. And again, that's going to come with sunshine. So a great last full day of winter. Take a look at our upper level jet here. Starting today and where we start to see this ridging here, it's not going to be a complete ridge of high pressure. That's going to stay to our west, but we're going to get more of that warm air creeping in as the jet stream nudges a little bit farther off to the west. And with that, when the jet stream is riding over our area, we do start to see opportunities for showers. That's not going to happen on Friday. However, we get to Saturday, a little cooler. We could see a mix of precipitation. Should we see it, it is going to be light, mainly during those afternoon, evening hours. It's not going to be a scenario where we're going to have a lot of precipitation. If we do see some, a little bit of a mix. Temperature's not quite as warm. It's not going to be a cool day on Saturday. We'll look at those numbers in just one second. But it is going to be cooler than Friday. Again, we get to Monday, another opportunity for a few showers. And again, ridge trying to establish itself mainly over the west. By the way, Phoenix, Arizona, the last several days, and we'll continue to see it for the next several days, 90s, low 100s. We're seeing highs there, 104, 105, 107. Unbelievable numbers there. Here in our region, obviously nothing like that, but we are getting warmer, and that is good news. Look at our forecast for Friday and Saturday. We'll see the temperature difference here. For Fargo, 58 on Friday. I think we'll see clouds later. We're going to get some sun in there, I really do believe. I think more clouds a little bit later in the afternoon. 44 Grand Forks, still could be hanging on to a little fog in Grand Forks. Jamestown 60, 48 Detroit Lakes. We look at Saturday, yes, it will be cooler, especially we look at Devil's Lake 36. But even at those cooler numbers, this is still average to above average for this time of year, particularly Fargo, average high right there around that 40-degree mark. We're going to be warmer than that. 45 in Bemidji, 51 Jamestown, 52 Detroit Lakes. Devil's Lake, as mentioned, a little cooler at 36 degrees. Finally, our 11-day planner. I'll pop out of the way here, pull this up full screen for you, and you can see. I'm going to try to pull the, where is, there we go. Okay, pull this up full screen, and you can see 50, then 58, first day of spring, beautiful. Saturday, that chance of showers. Also going to be windy on Saturday, 49 the high. Now, Sunday, a little cooler. Models have pushed our high down a little bit, 39 degrees. It's not bad. In fact, that's about average for this time of year. It's just not 58 that we're going to see on Friday. However, in comparison, it's also not going to be in the mid-teens like it was yesterday. So not bad on Sunday, breezy, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, 39. Next week, generally speaking, we're going to be right in line with the averages for this time of year. 42 Monday, 41 Tuesday, 44 Wednesday, then we'll back up to the 30s Thursday and Friday, and then the low to mid 40s following weekend. So all that to say that as opposed to having the extremes that we've seen the last few days with the cold and then later this week with the warm on Thursday, Friday, by and large, you get to those upper 30s to low to mid 40s. That's pretty consistent with what we expect to see for this time of year. One thing that stands out here, you notice it is going to be windy on Saturday. We're expecting breezy conditions next Sunday, all the way through next week into the following Saturday. So again, it's typical to be pretty breezy this time of year, and certainly that is something we're going to see. A few scattered shower chances next week here and there. Generally speaking, though, looks like, at least for right now, lighter opportunities for those quick-hitting systems which bring just a brief window of a shower or two. So not a bad forecast at all. In fact, I think overall a good-looking forecast. Nice second half of March as we kind of transition, getting ready. We're not there yet, but 2 weeks from today, it'll be April 1st, we'll start to take that next jump. We get to April 1st, look forward to what the month of April has to bring. But all in all, again, not a bad forecast. Most days are nice. Even the days that are cooler, we're mid-30s, we're upper 30s, and we're not going down into the teens or even 20s. So hopefully, we're done with all that nonsense. This weather update has been brought to you by 1-800 Water Damage of North Dakota. Hope you have a wonderful evening.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800 Water Damage of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800 Water Damage of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701